Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for. Those clouds look magical out in the window. Look at them.
And as always,
Heavenly.
let me just say this. She ran to the store. I had to come home. I had to piss.
Beans are revolting.
Are they overboiling, the beans?
I hope not.
Because they smell so tasty. Hold on.
Take a look.
The beans are fine. Why do the beans click over there, though? I don't get it. What I was originally going to say was, you went to the store, I stayed here, and I did some little stretching, and Cash over there said,
Dance party.
what was the song they played? Oh my god, it's a popular song. Oh, one way or another, I'm going to catch you. I'm going to find you. I should be playing that song.
No, they were playing it for you.
And let me just say, they were blasting that. You came home. It was a little screaming baby. So we're like, okay, we have time. We literally sat down, did our little test to make sure the audio sounded okay.
Somebody busted a move.
Stop it. Stop it. Sorry, that was my recreation. All right. That's not the party here. That's not the time here.
No, that's not the Fiesta we're looking for today.
No.
The Fiesta we're looking for today is from season 17, episode 11, or I was going to go...
1-1.
No, I was going ones. That's what I was going to say.
Double ones.
Ones. I saw multiple ones and I was going to say ones. That's not right at all. It's my first for me, or I think it's supposed to say Fiesta.
Yeah, Fiesta.
Fiesta.
Yes, it's my Fiesta.
I will cry if I want to. And lordy, did she cry the whole way through.
She is the boy who cried wolf.
Listen here. We just watched the coming attractions because we don't get it like we always say.
No, I finally found it.
No, but I'm saying we don't get them because we get the
Never
extra
before
scenes. So I guess you got to take something from you. You can't have everything for heaven's sakes.
It's Peacock, though. They can do what they want. So.
I know. I'm just saying.
No.
You can't have scenes
no
and
subtitles and no subtitles, no taglines, and no previews. You're right there. What's going on
My
here?
My necklace is caught.
She's choking herself.
Pretty much choking myself out. Anyway, so she really... You know what? I used to be a big fan of Shannon because she was
I like
kooky
Shannon.
and so crazy. But this season...
It's like... Oh my god.
I don't even know what I want to say it is because she's really running to production and running to this and, and really not getting the information she needs, I feel.
For me, the first few times running to production, oh my gosh. Even with the Heather, I was like, okay, this is kind of fun because she just like walks off her own thing. We can dive more into that. But the second time, it's kind of like, second time in one episode, it's kind of like, really?
Well, here's my thing. If you're doing it, do it and like do something.
No,
you know what I mean? Like it's just like she runs there and then like nothing happens,
and then you keep talking about it the next episode, or like if you really wanted to, you'd be like, I don't even actually want to discuss this with you. Let's just pretend it never happened and get better. Like let's not even talk about this because I don't want to talk about this on camera. But she doesn't, and I hate to say it,
she doesn't even like stop filming.
No,
like she's like boop, she's right back in.
I could see a future where Shannon gets put on pause.
Yeah,
Big time.
If she doesn't change the way she's acting right now, although here's the thing, based on that scene, she's already acting like Kookabird, where she's denying things that we've seen her say.
In the preview, she said, that she said she never. Gina, but let me say this: they set it up last night with 1 tequila shot, 2 tequila shot, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So she'll be the resident drunk.
No. But I'm saying she was drunk, and like they said, when she gets drunk, Shannon doesn't remember things. So Shannon was drunk at the Fiesta, so she does not remember saying the comment.
No, I mean, like, we all know she said it. We
heard it.
You know.
But and Jen's not going to like that because now it's going to make, Jen look like a liar.
It doesn't matter because Jen was there, Taylor was there, Tamara was there, and all husbands and everything. So she can't get out of this one. I mean, there was too many witnesses.
The only way I see no on pause is if they set it up for like a Trace Amigas versus everybody else. Like if they bring Vicky back.
That's what I'm saying. If she pulls it together and
like
she's interesting enough, but right now to me, she's just annoying.
Yeah, no, it's like too. It's like it was fun the first few times, but now it's getting old.
That's the fine line you got to walk, like annoying or interesting. And I don't know, she's kind of a little bit on the annoying side because she keeps doing this, and
it's like if you don't want to do it, just I think it'd be more interesting for you to be like, nope, I'm not going to talk about it, not going to talk about it, not going to like put your fingers in your ear and go la 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 la. That would be more interesting. My opinion. That's my opinion.
We'll get into more of that too, but it's like, because I have some opinions about her with this whole Heather situation. and not just because I'm a Heather fan, I'm like, just not gonna say that, but it starts with Emily, and she's shopping. I got a little confused because we did watch like a sneak peek.
Oh yeah, we watched
something.
the sneak peek last week when
Yeah,
they were off because they weren't on last week.
Yeah, I found some sneak peek or something like that, and it threw me all off because I felt
like I watched this, and when we watched this in my head, I was like, wait, did we see this?
We saw this. Like, what, are we watching the wrong thing? But no, it was Emily with this girl. I wish I could remember her name. I do not.
No, I don't know.
She was with the Freedom Project that Emily works with. She did something with it one of the other seasons before.
Season after COVID, I think so.
It could have been with that gentleman that she was working with. But she took this girl shopping, and it is very sad because you know what? I was thinking about this. You could really get into a jam if you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you have no proof and no witnesses or no nothing, because yes, they do have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, well, in their minds, that you did something. But apparently this woman came home and found her boyfriend murdered, and I guess there was no witnesses, but they had
murder weapon,
no murder weapon, no like DNA, no nothing. But for whatever reason, she was convicted, and I think she did like 6 years. And then there was another lady that they met at the event that they have later, and
someone stole a bike.
Oh gosh. And that lady did like, was it 20 or something? She did like some significant amount of years. And it's sad because, look, 6 years in the middle of a 6-year-old's life is like their whole growing.
School.
Yeah, that's their whole time that they're growing up. So she was saying that about like that. I guess she didn't get to like have her, her kids grow up with her and stuff. And it does. It like puts things in perspective that you're like, shoot, should I be complaining about the stuff I'm complaining about? But
yeah, let me say this. Emily, she heard us ragging on her though. No job. What the hell is she doing? She said, I'm bringing the attorney thing back up. But my question is she actually an attorney? Because we've never seen her like really attorney again for this thing. Or is she just like a spokesperson for the charity?
No, I think she does represent them. Like she gives legal advice to them and helps them like get Like
I don't think she like goes.
No, I think she has given that up to stay home with the kids, and now he does it. Like it's just Shane. They did show her and when it first started, like when she first came on the scene, she was in an office, I think, at one time.
Yeah, but then she stopped doing that, and then she joined this project as because it's like free, it's volunteer.
Yeah, so I think she does this.
I think she's like like the charity,
working,
like a spokesperson for it. Yeah. Because I was just kind of trying to figure that out. I'm like, does she actually go in and handle any cases with this charity, or is she just?
I think she does, though. I think if they need her, she does. Like, she'll go and help try to represent people for like,
I mean, that's probably not something you can really show on TV, though. But I just don't feel like I hear her talking about it. I don't think you can,
because I think she was giving that one gentleman legal advice or something one time, or trying to figure out how to get something overturned or his
it wasn't
release.
Anything.
But this one, she was just shopping with her, trying to
for the charity
for the charity, get her an outfit. So she bought her like 2 outfits, which I thought was sweet, because I mean, obviously you're trying to get back on your feet and can't be easy. In the meantime, you have Heather and Gina. I can't really figure out, gotta be honest, who's friends with who anymore, because everybody is talking to everybody in a weird way, but yet not really talking to everybody. And like Heather calls Gina on FaceTime and tells her that she's going to go up to, I honestly couldn't figure out where we were going with this. She's like, yeah, I wanted to talk to Shannon, but to talk to Shannon, I have to go all the way to Huntington Beach because she's already at her party or something like that. So she's like, so I'm going to take the ride out. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so are you going to take the ride out, talk to her, come back, and then go back later on tonight? Or did you already know you were going to like probably get into a fight with her and not come back?
Probably, but here's my question. Let me throw this hypothetical that just came in my mind. You had to go to Huntington Beach so you could talk to Shannon before her party. Later that day, Emily FaceTimed Shannon before the party so she could talk to her. So why didn't you?
She said she wanted to talk to her face to face. And in that defense, Emily did say, I don't want to. We're not doing this on FaceTime, and that's why she was like frantically trying to hang up on her. So Shannon,
I guess,
Heather said, I wanted to talk to her face to face because, I mean, honestly, Shannon gets nutsy. So it's like, you really do need to have her like right here in your face.
You know what I'm thinking too? It's like it said that the party that they went to was a week ago. So why didn't they try to fit that in somewhere before the party so she didn't have to go all the way there?
Well, she said something. Like, I didn't want to let a lot of time go. So they have not talked
for a whole week, basically.
I don't know. It's weird.
That's what I have to assume, is that nobody's talked for a whole week.
And now here's my thing about the whole Shannon-Heather thing. She doesn't want to believe anything that Heather has to say. She wants to believe everything everybody else has to say.
You know what I was going to say? It's a never-before seen. Heather sent her a text, and I think these texts and these like little things they cut out are a big reason why Shannon feels the way she feels, because she deems it as another threatening text from Heather. And it's like, I think that's vital information that everybody should have seen that, not just us. Because I feel like it's that same thing where I said the when they were in Montana or Oklahoma, where the hell, I don't know, wherever they went. Remember that scene that they cut, and I think it was Taylor who was talking about the thing. That scene where I'm like, this just explains why they're feeling the way they feel, giving it like vindication.
No, I do.
Big word.
I hear that because with her, she keeps saying, and I'm like, okay, I don't see it. She keeps saying that Heather keeps, but by what Heather is saying, when she says to the girls, like, Heather keeps saying, I'm not giving specifics. You made me do that now because you couldn't say that last time.
Specific.
Yeah, but you didn't say it last time. You said something else. So because she wasn't giving the specifics of what she was saying, Shannon kept saying, you're making it sound like it's some huge thing or something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, when I heard Hammer.
What the hell is going on?
And Heather. When I heard Heather talking about this, even with the other girls, like when they do show the little clips, like she never made me think that it's some big bad secret. Yeah. I think that now because Shannon keeps saying it. Yeah. She keeps saying this about Heather. If you didn't say this, but now with that text, the text said, wouldn't you rather tell your own story or something like that instead of having it come out? So I think Heather just meant these girls are going to keep being relentless and they're going to keep asking about it and they're going to keep talking about it. So either you say something or I'm going to have to keep saying, oh no, I don't think anything's wrong. I think they're okay or whatever.
The worst part is like Shannon is not new to this group the way Jen is. Like, you know that everybody's going to keep talking about it and they're not going to stop talking about it no matter how
not till the
bad
end.
It is. No, there's like nothing. That's in all housewife franchises. That's the one thing. Nobody knows how to drop anything, so you have to be ready to accept that and have it talked about.
And for whatever reason, she, like you said, she really has this like really bad, I don't know about Heather, like that she said this, there's no getting around it, you can't change it, she said it and she believes it and she believes everything against those other girls. And I'm thinking to myself, you're not even close to them. You just said how you did have a close relationship with Heather and you gave her stuff that apparently is in a vault or something, whatever they like to reference it, but she gets so pissed because she will just not listen to what Heather says, and off we go again to the tent. She leaves and goes to production.
The only thing I liked about this production time, instead of going, shut it down, I'm not going to talk about this, she went right in and said, take the mic off of me instead. Like, yeah, I'm done. But the best part is, once they do, she walks away from the party, and it's like, are you not finishing setting up? Like, there was a box of, like, fake flowers in front of Heather.
And she kept alluding to the fact that she didn't, like, want to even do this party. And I'm like, so who's forcing you? Obviously, they're forcing you because you need to have
I thought about that, too.
event.
I'm like, later on, she makes a big deal about that only Taylor, Tamara, and Jen show up. And it's like, no offense, but what is this party for? Like, later, she does say it was on National Taco Day. But it's not like this is like, you know, like maybe like an anniversary party or something big.
She just chose to celebrate tacos, which, I mean, I agree. It's great. And like Emily said, that's great. But, like, it wasn't
like a big day, so
it was
why
like somebody
are you
told
getting
her,
so upset?
You need to have an event and have people get together. And, like, she's like, okay, I guess I'll do this. Like, that's how I felt it was.
No, now, like, if you take it out of the, like, little, like, oh, she's just throwing a dinner party and put it in, like, Real Housewife context, it's like, yeah, this was just her token dinner party that she had to do.
So, I mean, apparently this going to the tent is going to be her go-to thing, which I don't even understand what.
It's just, I don't, the only thing I don't mind is, like I'm so interested, like, all the tents and people they have and all the cars and things. I do think that's interesting,
so I don't mind seeing it.
Because it's like, you feel like it's just them two at this table talking, and then you pan back and there's, like, 3 tents long of them, and it's, like, completely, like...
You know, I'm definitely, like, interested in it, so I
would love to see it more in the context of, like, a real restaurant, like, the restaurant that either Shannon and, like, Emily go to at the end. Like, I'd love to see where they are in that space. Usually they're, like, closer to the bathroom or...
They could be like
outside. Yeah. I'm just always that would be more interesting because everywhere she's done it has been like closer to somebody's house. Well, I guess the other restaurant when she was with the Tamara and
they were off
Vicky,
to the corner.
They were like in the corner up by a balcony. Yeah. But I'm saying like an indoor restaurant where it's like really closed in. I'd be interested to see like how it is.
Where they are.
They were getting like a wide shot on them. Like so there has to be nobody on the other side.
Didn't you say who was it that we were watching that?
Atlanta.
No, that was Atlanta.
Well, yeah, but they had the big
like restaurant. And they had the boom and the light or something.
They had the bouncer for the light, like too, and everything.
Yeah,
it was like they actually like they don't just pick up the camera and go. They're staging lighting and everything, like serious stuff.
So we're gonna start approaching some of the stuff that is starting to annoy me about OC. Well, it's the non-genuine stuff. It's like where I don't. All right, here's my thing. I know 90% of these people don't hang out together, and I know they kind of get back together just for filming.
Yeah.
But it's really like getting to the point where certain things you feel are definitely staged or forced. Like people are getting together for a reason because they need to bring this topic up.
Yeah.
So it's
a discussion.
Yeah. So you have Jen, who's randomly in the backyard with the little boy that she adopted, and like having like I
thought about this scene now.
Like I don't know what this whole scene was.
I have an idea now.
Because she was like really homing in on like him and how does he feel about
just like the love for her kids. Now, if you take that in the context of that, later they talk about Shannon and the Child Protection Service on Gina. We're setting up for her having a very like strong relationship with her children. That like that's how she's gonna end up on Gina's side. That's what I think this was like a scene like that where it's kind of gonna be like.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the fact that you can break it down to that kind of because I'm like, this means something. Why is she so like hopped up on like family and kids and this particular kid in particular? I don't know.
I mean, obviously, I think it's like a little like, oh my God, what now? Young guy looking into cars.
Can we stop, please? People, stop looking into cars.
But I think it's like they're
our old neighborhood, probably.
Yes, I think it is supposed to be like, oh, look at her and her like the adoption storyline is like a little like sub storyline for her. But I think it's setting up to show like how much she cares about her kids, so she's gonna be able to empathize with Gina and saying this. And now that it looks like Shannon's gonna lie about it, not saying it.
Yeah, because she was because later on they do when they're at the party. She immediately is like, oh no, you don't do that X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, it hit her instantly.
Yeah, you don't do that.
So that's why I think there is a chance for.
That was like a little intermission, I guess, to break up the little Fiesta party. That
was
a disaster
you have
party.
To break it up. Otherwise, you'd be right back if you think about it. If you took out these scenes, you'd literally be with Shannon and Emily fighting again. So you had to put something in here to separate it.
Yeah, and then you have Heather. You just get a little blurb of Heather and Terry that they're signing off on the penthouse in LA, and God bless them, man, $55 million.
Was it the penthouse or was it the papers for the home?
No, I think they were signing to get the penthouse.
I'm a little confused, like Heather said. She said there's so many different papers going on from selling the house to buying the house.
They were in escrow and they were signing off on the penthouse.
She did say in a sit down, there will be something more to come in LA or something bigger, and I'm assuming she's alluding to that house she has now.
She had 3 things or something like that, and one of them she didn't share.
I'm assuming it's the house that they bought, yeah.
But then, you're swinging right back around to crazy lady Shannon and Emily, and Emily calls her about the same, their same.
Yeah, she gets her little coffee, and
she was getting ready to go to Shannon's thing.
Yeah.
She was just getting ready to tell her she was going to be late. And then out of nowhere, Shannon is, just starting to get nutty. And it turned into literally World War III.
Yeah, I
mean, screaming and fighting. And I really thought that Emily was going to throw her phone. No lie. Because
she was 2 steps from it.
Yeah, she said Shannon won't
This one was, I think,
she was trying to shut down the FaceTime, and it just wouldn't. She couldn't get the button to. I don't know what was going on. The button wasn't there.
No, because it's that thing where when you go to tap the FaceTime and then it pops down, but then you go to tap it and it's gone again.
It was,
and you're already frustrated, so you're like tapping it, and it just keeps going away.
She just kept tapping.
But the worst part is I'm watching this, and when Emily goes, "Oh, you don't want to or something like you talk different about your relationship off camera."
Oh, she called her Dr. Jekyll and Hyde.
Well, that too. At first when she said that, I'm like, ooh, look at this little fourth wall break. Like, it's like, this is a different kind of one.
She said,
off
did she say camera or filming?
No, off camera.
Yeah, she said you talk differently off camera. And that you're like Dr. Jekyll and Mr.
Which
Hyde.
has to be my favorite because that is what Shannon has stuck. That is what is the most upsetting to her.
No, because I think
said that to her.
I think that's the problem is that she is doing this stuff, and that when she drinks, they're saying she doesn't remember, and they were making like a joke. I think it was when Heather was on there actually, that when Heather and her were talking about how Emily said, it was Emily that said it, like she needs a breathalyzer, that when she goes to open her phone, it says, sorry, you can't make any calls right now, because she is one of those that immediately takes to the phone and starts sharing. And sometimes some people, because look, I'm going to be honest, when we get to the scene of the Fiesta where she is talking about the CP, the Child Protective Services or whatever.
CPS,
she, to me,
overshares.
Yeah, but she doesn't appear drunk to me. Like, if I were just watching this and I didn't know
True,
they
yeah,
had all
I
those
think
tequila, she
I don't
doesn't
think they were.
seem drunk. So I don't know if she's using that as an excuse or if she's just a little freer with the lips and spits stuff out. I don't know, but that's what Emily's big beef is, that she won't take accountability. She won't say, like, maybe I am saying stuff when I'm not like, you know,
yeah, we're
sober.
Seeing the divide happen officially for the season.
No, it's definitely starting.
Which I don't know. This scene, I typically, I will rag on Emily a little bit, but it's mostly jokes. I quite liked her in this scene because I was like, I feel like someone needed to yell at Shannon like this. Like, where you just kind of, like, Emily did not care, and she was just saying whatever came to her mind was like...
Yeah, no, like, she was really going. And her producer people came up to her. Shannon, of course, was upset, and the producer... You got to see both producers from behind the scenes because they said something to her, like, what happened or something, and she said, she hung up on me. She hung up on me. That's how she said, just said that. She hung up on me. And, like... But
I think you have to think about it. If it's annoying for us, imagine filming this and... You're sharing your life, and then one of them's getting paid the same, if not more, than you, and they're not doing
that's what used to be
that
used to be the big thing about Vanderpump Rules and Lala. She was on the show, but she refused to show any part of
boyfriend.
The Emmett. No, was that
Russell?
No. What was her husband?
I don't know who the hell cares.
Oh my
He's gone
God.
now.
I don't know what his name was, but that the one that she ended up getting together with, she refused to like talk about him at all. And they all used to say, we came on the show, we're all sharing our lives, and we're sharing every aspect of our lives, and that's not fair. And it really isn't. If you are coming on the show, you at least, well, it wasn't even so much that he didn't want to film. Like, she wouldn't even talk about his name. So it was like weird because, yeah,
that's a weird thing about Shannon.
You knew she was dating somebody. Like,
is that
but
she talks about him. He's on camera. We see him. She's just trying to
make it nice.
And then she like hides everything else. So it's like you're kind of like, it's like one thing if you want to come on and say, oh, the person that I want to be with is not famous. They don't want to be on camera. Okay, fine.
Yeah. But at least you can mention them or talk about them. Yeah. There's something like where like
she's just kind of at the point of
to do it. So Emily gets the phone hung up. The producers come over, like we said, and Emily's complaining to her two producer folks that came like out of the bushes or something. It felt like, honestly,
they're probably in a car.
It was weird. And she said, she goes, yeah, I can't when she does this because she won't take accountability for herself. So she's like, I'm not going to her event tonight. I was just going to tell her I was going to be late, but now I don't even want to go. And I mean, this is serious because it was a taco event.
She said it was tacos.
It was a taco event. So
she doesn't miss tacos for nothing.
Yeah, no. So this was a fiesta she missed. Obviously, Gina is going to go with Emily because she said, she was
already going to go with her.
Yeah, she goes, the way things were left with Shannon at that party, she said, I don't even know that she'd want me at her party. Why would I even go? So, I mean, I hear what she's saying, and she also has her own beef with Shannon for poking around in her business and stuff like that, so
it's only going to get worse now.
So you see them two, which actually they cleaned up really nice. I was really surprised. I thought they looked really pretty, both of them at their at the
I didn't
event.
think you saw that scene. I thought you were asleep.
No, I don't think I saw her speech, but I saw them like meeting and greeting people, and they were getting dressed in the other girl that she bought the dresses for was there and all.
I think you fell asleep after that.
Yeah, and I woke right back up because I wasn't asleep that
long. I said, come on, get back up. We're at the Fiesta now.
Everybody starts showing up at the Fiesta. You got Tamara shows up, and then... dog fight. Then I wrote Jen, Taylor, and Vicky, but Vicky did not show up to this event. I really thought she was going to, but then again... I don't know. Shannon sometimes is weird with Vicky, so I don't know. Maybe she had something to do. Who knows?
I think it was supposed to be a couples thing, so maybe Vicky's boyfriend doesn't want to be on it.
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know that's going on with that boyfriend. Another boyfriend and problems. So they start doing the drinking and doing tequila shots, and at first Eddie's like, none for my wife, and then before you know it, she's doing tequila shots.
Yeah, well, I thought she was on a tequila band.
Yeah, well, she just
like that, it's gone.
Yeah, she put the band around the tequila and put it to her mouth and
taped it like a feed bag?
She basically... Because they were trying to like show that I guess they were so drunk that they did like this weird illusional thing. Like it was weird. I was like, come on, people, don't do that.
And you know what? You know what we had to be subjected to? That some people who watch it live, if you have cable or Hulu, didn't send your noodles as wrap.
Oh Lord,
that was our never before scene. Really?
God bless him. The stakes are high. I mean, he had some jokes.
I mean, listen, I get ha ha ha, funny laugh, but.
It was a bit much.
I was just like, this is our never before scene. Really?
Yeah, I didn't take note of what the never before scenes were this time. Usually I do.
It was the text with...
Yeah, that one I remember seeing.
Then there was this one. I believe there's one more at the end. Actually, It is majority of Shannon and Emily's lunch. I actually noted that down. Is never before seen. Half of it.
Oh yeah.
Majority of the main conversation is never before seen. Which again,
what would that lunch have been like?
Why? But also, it's like, how long do they talk for? They must talk for a while, and there must be a lot more footage that we don't see. If they're able to talk,
I was just listening,
and then the food comes out.
I was just listening to Bethany on the way back from the food store, and she was talking about how everybody obviously is ganging up on her for doing her interview with Rachel. And she was saying, there's so much stuff that you guys don't see, and I don't really care. She goes, because I want to put things out in a media where I can put them out however I so choose, because she says there's hours and hours of footage that have all the important pieces on the cutting room floor that you guys will never see, and they make it into something that's interesting, but yet like they don't have to do that. There's plenty of stuff to use. You don't have to do that. So I'm sure that's the same thing.
Well, I mean, you have to keep in mind, if you're filming for a month, hours out of the day, all that footage, like, you really can't air it that much, because they get like 22 episodes typically, and in those 22, 3 of them are typically designated for a reunion. So you have like only like a certain amount to make a whole story out of, like, when you think about it. So a lot of footage is gone.
On the floor. I just want to check the beans. I want to stir them. I don't want them to get stuck to the bottom. Sorry.
Our beans are ready, so we gotta hurry this up. I'm hungry. They smell so good.
Yes. So Eddie makes a weird toast to John and Shannon.
Yeah, but
I think it was
Eddie's always been a little bit of a pot stirrer himself.
No, I know, but he said something to the effect of like, "I'm so glad we're here celebrating
your relationship
and how happy you are," or something like that. And I'm like, okay, really now? Come on now, nobody's buying this bullcrap, Eddie. And that kind of opened the whole dialogue up to people saying, you know, different things about their relationship, and John kind of commented on it too. And then you have Taylor, who comes in out of nowhere and comments on the basis of that, like, she's like, based on what happened with Shannon and John and all this, like, she's like, since she's new to the friend group, she is wondering, like, who can you trust in this friend group? And I think that's hilarious, coming from somebody that was in a friend group that, like,
you already know, like, if Jen said that, that'd be one thing. But, like, you already know how this stuff works. You're from Beverly Hills.
Like, and come on, you're from the worst of the worst. Like, you know this is not going to go well.
I will say, I definitely think, though, I think every single housewife on this cast all share the same opinion about Shannon, but I just think Tamara is too afraid to say it.
Well, Tamara knows that she needs to stay friends with Shannon.
Well, I
that's
think
the easy mark.
Well, I think that is too, but I think, that's what I'm saying. I think she's too afraid to confront her again, talk about the relationship, because then the Trace Amigas are over, and I think she knows it's a huge selling point.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and I think
they're out on tour right now.
That's what I'm saying.
You need to keep
so I think
they
know, like, I think they probably promised Tamara, like, you'll come back. We'll test run you with a little bit of Vicky, and I guess if you guys do well, maybe they'll bring them all together next season for real.
Maybe, you never know.
But
never know. But in the meantime, when that happens, and Jen brings up the fact that she was shopping at one point with Gina, and that she told her that, you know, Gina mentioned how Shannon was like kind of poking in her relationship with Matt,
and it's the same thing she talked about. But I wonder if they filmed that in between the party, because she mentioned it at the party, Gina, in front of everybody.
When? That other thing?
Yeah, about her getting involved in her, and
no, she did. I think it was a thing, and I don't know if it was the one where Jen left at Heather's house, or at Emily's mother-in-law's house. She could have been gone. Remember, she left early.
No, not that party. The last party they had, the wig party.
A white party.
Wig.
Oh, the wig party. I don't know.
There was a clip of Gina talking from the seat going to Shannon, though. She didn't say it to Jen.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, no, yeah,
I don't know.
But she was saying, she might have been saying that, like, you're poking around in there or whatever, and she wants to know why. And Shannon was just like, listen, I just don't agree with what she's doing. And if I were to talk all day long about, you know, my ex-husband to John Jansen, he'd be like, see ya. You know, I mean, really, you know this girl's going through something, so maybe that says a lot about John Jansen. I don't know, but then she, of course...
Who the hell is John Jansen?
The boyfriend of Shannon.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Oh.
She says it all the time, like it's like one word. My God. Oh, yeah, she says it all the time. So then she starts bringing up how she's not against Gina at all, because I get where she's trying to go with it.
She loves to pull this DUI card.
But they did show her in the way. She did say that she does. So she said, I tried to help her. I got her a lawyer.
I don't want to. This is a repeat fight again. I can feel it
that's
again.
What I'm saying. It's going to be another fight again.
We've already said this. Yeah. They're doing a lot of repeat fights.
She brings up about how they were, she was potentially going to get arrested in front of her kids, and they could now she's making it
worse though.
Of course. And then Jen said, you don't discuss kids or CP and a mother at a dinner table. Like, this is not appropriate conversation. Yeah. And it really isn't. I'd love to know what that
normal couple at the end of the table thought about this all.
Oh, I know.
Like, they really should. They should bring back, like,
love when they do that. They bring, like, one crazy.
But they should have them before they leave at the party. So just what was your thoughts? Like, anything stick out to you that you were like, what the hell is wrong with that?
What should I be thinking here? Because there's some crazy going on.
Would you ever hang out with Shannon again after this event?
Yeah. So it kind of just ends there, like with that like little cliffhanger there, and then it goes on to talk to Heather and Terry at the new apartment, which is, it's nice, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of lovely features. I mean, the closet has beautiful features.
I thought her closet, I didn't realize there was like a long way. I thought, those like mirror illusions where they put a mirror to make it look like it's longer? Yeah. I thought it was that. No, it is just that long.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. But the thing is, like, I know she said Robert Cavalli designed everything, and there are some features that are really, really nice. But there's some furniture that I think that's why she's saying that are a little not her style. So I think that's why she's just tweaking some of those things, as she said. But I just, here's the thing. It's like so weird because the son comes in and he is commenting on how like spectacular it is and the view and this and that. And like, can you get me a room? And I'll take a room, But it's like so weird how like they don't come in like, oh my God, look what you got. Like, I don't know. I just don't think I could walk around that penthouse and be like, oh, so you just chose to live here. Okay, I see.
I think this place is nice. I think it will do you guys just fine.
I think I probably got enough room in here.
It's nice. Okay. Yeah, it's one of the nicer apartments I've seen.
Come on, man. Like, you're in...
Jaw on the floor.
Yeah, and you're like, he was a little bit like that, but
well, he
not
might have been
enough.
dazed confused, and it's like, okay, so you're selling our old house. This place only has 2 bedrooms. So where are you putting us all when we come home for the holidays?
I guess they figure that out. I don't know. But it was just very interesting. She says that she is not telling the other girls, and they're not putting it out there until everything is like really official. Yeah. And they just don't want to deal with that. But I mean, it looked like they're, from what I saw, some of the stuff they did keep, because I remember seeing pictures of it like at Christmas. So she obviously kept some of the stuff, but I mean, it was really nice. Like, she had a nice view, and I mean, it's nice, but God bless her. But then, like, here's one of the scenes where I'm saying, like, it just seems so unnatural because just had her over because you had to get this scene out so that we can now, like you said, have the fight about this, the CPS or whatever, CPS or whatever it is, the Child Protective Services, because Gina shows up at Jen's house and they're like taking care of these like little baby kittens and milking them and all like that, and Gina's reaction to these cats was absolutely freaking priceless because she's got like cat food in her hands. If you don't have cats, you don't know. Trust me. Cat food stinks.
I think she may have washed her hands the first time because I thought I saw her wash her hands and then go.
I don't know, but
I don't think I think the daughter hugged Gina with cat food on her hands.
But her hands could have been wet regardless, and maybe that's why she was kind of holding them out when she was opening the door and hugging Gina. But she said, "I'm sorry if it stinks in here," and she's like, "Oh, it smells. No, sorry for the smell." And she goes, "Oh, it smells good. Are you cooking?" Meanwhile, no, she's just getting cat food out. But I thought that was hilarious. And then she comes into the kitchen and she tells them that they have kittens in the kitchen, and she's like, why do you have this? What is wrong with it? What does it have? What disease does it have? Like,
I think she got thrown off because they had the baby bottles and they were hand feeding them.
Threw them.
Like,
all
I think she
off,
thought they might have had like
weird.
They were sick or something, but it's
just
they've taken the kid out of the room. So we're just gonna finish this up. We have like two thoughts left. Barely.
So Gina comes over to the house, where, like we said, and this is what I'm saying. It's like, Gina comes over, she's like, oh, what a pretty house you have. It's so lovely, this and that and the other thing. But like
2 different creamer options.
Oh my God, yeah, like, you have creamer. But
Gina's so easy to impress that I kind of love it.
What I like about Jen is she's really, really normal. She's like...
That's what I'm saying. Like,
she's like, that coffee pot doesn't heat. She goes, I don't think those things heat up. I got to heat it up hotter. Like, she does things that's very normal.
Yeah, I feel like...
And then she's like, come on, let's go sit down.
I do feel like she could fit in with Gina and Emily because they feel such like normal housewives that it's like, I think it's going to be those normal housewives with rich Heather that they're going to try to bring back down to earth against all the other blondes.
It could be. Yeah, it could go that way. But it's just weird because it, like, you can feel it building. Like, you're like, okay, you know she's coming. She just came here so that Jen can tell her about the fact that Shannon said, oh, she brought up your DUI. And because she even said at the dinner, she's like, am I the only one hearing this? Like, am I the only one hearing this? Like, why is this new to me or something like that?
Well, yeah, because then Tamara looked at her and she's like, oh, she was arrested. Like, yeah, she ever like that back.
Yeah, it was just like weird. So, of course, she tells her about the fact that Shannon said this, and Gina's like livid, and she's like, why would you bring that up? That's the most ridiculous thing. You shouldn't, why would you bring that up at a party in front of everybody? And she needs to stop saying that because it's like, it's serious stuff. You don't bring that up.
Because also when you think about it, she doesn't know how many people are at this party. Because everybody arrives surprised going, wait, this is it? This is it? Like, they thought it was going to be bigger, so you don't know.
They do show, in this scene, they do show Gina, Heather, and Shannon in a car together, and she tells Shannon tells Heather about the DWI and how she helped her. DUI. I got all of them wrong. DUI and how she helped her. And Heather was like, said something, and then Gina said, yeah, she loves to share that with everybody. And she goes, oh, I do. I love to tell that story. That's what Shannon said.
That's such a weird story to want to share and tell.
But that's a weird thing to even say, like that you'd want to share somebody's like tragedy or whatever. And that's what I think she's trying to say. It's like just the fact that she's trying to do that is weird. It is very weird. I don't know. That's obviously.
Like, if she is your friend, like, I don't know. I wouldn't go bragging around about somebody that I know. Hey, my friend's got a DUI. Isn't that great?
The sad part is she does say in this like sit down with Jen that she's like, to be honest with you, this is it. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to be friends with her.
She said, I'm going to confront this, but there's no friendship after.
She goes, I'm done with her, but this needs to be brought to light. Like, I can't let it go. I have to say something to her, but I'm done with her. So I'm like, that in itself is going to be interesting, like, how that plays out with, like, maybe a pause or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think sometimes they do just need a second to reset, regroup their lives, and then try to pull back together, which I think actually this would be perfect for Shannon to, like, reset, regroup.
I think she should have done that.
To reset, regroup her life with her kids and all that now, like, really, like, pull it together and reset.
I think
and
this
maybe
season
come back
should
better.
have been that for her. I think that's what this season should have been. But they were
who knew?
They were bringing back Tamara, so
you're not gonna.
Yeah, and then you have once again they bring it back to Emily and Shannon having lunch, and Shannon just comes in with this attitude, like you can feel it coming off of her.
It's through the music that you can feel it.
The music they've been playing
even
is like
in the
crazy.
sneak preview that we just watched, it's some serious.
Yeah, they're really plotting and planning with the music, putting it together. It's something else.
They make her like a force to be reckoned with, like spooky. Here comes Shannon.
But what cracks me up is like they never really had a friendship, and I know they're trying to have one, but she had a friendship that she was really close with Heather with, and she like is just quite content to like say, okay,
if you were comfortable enough to share all this information with her.
No, and she kept going back to how Heather is this, that, and the other thing. And even Emily is like, okay, listen, let's put that all on pause for a minute, and let's just get back to like talking about us.
Yeah, because what's it going to do to talk to Emily about Heather?
Nothing, but she just wants to keep saying this, like this crazy talk. I don't know. It's like very weird. So she apologized for the FaceTime and the crazy, and she's like, I got out of control and I didn't mean it, and like I do believe her. Now here's the funny thing is like Emily started crying. Now on the previews, so does Heather start crying, and she is like, oh, here goes Heather. She's turning on the Heather. But like you didn't say that about Emily. Like why was it different for Emily than it is for Heather? Like maybe Heather's feelings are genuine, and she really, and I do think she is getting set up. I don't think she said any of this. No. I think they're setting her up to take the fall. I don't know why.
The only way that I'm not going to believe, I would be like, okay, yeah, I agree with them, is if they bring out some footage at the reunion.
That's the only,
I don't even think we're going to even get to that, because you have to keep in mind now, so much has happened since the finish of the filming with Shannon and whatever the hell his name was that you just said.
John Jansen.
Now that, like, there's so much that they're going to have to work through all this, and they're going to want to talk about the stuff that happened on the off season. So it's I
don't know how
it's a lot. Like, I mean, that dinner fight with the daughter or whatever, that's going to be, somebody's noting that down in a notebook and bringing it back up.
I don't know.
I do feel like Tamara was not even in this episode, speaking of detective notebooks.
Yeah, no, she only was in for the Fiesta and talking to her makeup artist about, like, how the last time you made up my face was a disaster. Yeah, she really wasn't in it that much this time, but maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know.
They're doing like, I don't know.
Here and there. Who knows? But it just, I don't know. It doesn't feel genuine. Like back in the day, you knew these ladies were not like necessarily like I said, together and friends. But when they were together or when they did something, it did feel genuine or like natural.
That's the thing is, like,
this does not feel natural.
I don't know
forced.
what's missing, but something's missing, and I can't figure out what it is.
It's
like it's not horrible. The show's not absolutely horrible.
No, but it's the genuine side of it that's missing, and they're just I don't know.
Like we're going through Salt Lake, and I even them they're like fun at least. Like I can see where the friendships are supposed to be in Salt Lake, because they do play the card of like I don't actually know her. Why does she think she knows me? I don't know her.
They at least say it.
I would prefer that. I'd prefer you be like, stop trying to act like you know me. You don't know me.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with that. But I mean, you can't really do that because they do all know each other.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's something's missing. I can't put my finger on it. Like you said, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
But it's rice and beans time. Yep. Woohoo! I'm so excited. Please, God, let them taste good.
I think they should.
I think they will. They smell delicious.
Well, they were on the verge of being cooked too long, so I just got to them in time. Sorry about that.
All right, well, that's it for this week, folks. We have only one other episode that we're releasing this week, New York, because Crappy Lake's over, so you can go listen to all 8 of our episodes after you watch them. So
yeah, Crappy Lake was good.
You can binge Crappy Lake and then binge our episodes. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of perfect. But for now, that's all we have. We do these every Monday, and Real Housewives of New York every Wednesday. Salt Lake soon, to be dated. I'll let you know. I'm about to go make my September schedule, so maybe in New York I'll talk about it. But you know the best way: follow, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any episodes. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you'll leave us a good rating. And if you're on YouTube, you give us a thumbs up. We'll give us a thumbs down. Instead, leave a comment telling us how we can improve.
Yeah, and that's all. Help people. Help a sister out.
It's rice and beans time.
Yeah, we gotta go. The button.